I think I want to nominate this award to my Reformed Orthodox Rabbi Bill Clinton. Thank you, everybody.
What the hell is this place?
What's going on, everybody? This is dkdynamite, and this morning we're going to be talking about the new gameplay reveal for Raids, a huge tip to get prepared for the first episode, and even more. Definitely stay tuned. But before we jump into that, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below, and let me know down below in the comments, how excited are you for the first episode of Raids dropping on December 14th? Are you a fan because you like zombies Easter egg hunts? Do you like Destiny raids? Let me know how you're feeling about this down below in the comments. It'll certainly be a new type of gameplay opportunity for Call of Duty fans that has nothing to do with zombies, but it's taking that quest type of gameplay to a whole other level. Now, out of nowhere during the Game Awards last night, we got a gameplay trailer reveal for the first episode, and the first raid is going to be called a Tomgrad. Now, I do think we're going to get more marketing later today for Season 1 Reloaded, and I'll be covering that in a separate video, of course, after the podcast. Now, the trailer itself does show us lots of shots of what we've accomplished so far since launch, dropping in and loading out in Warzone, leveling up in multiplayer. We also have new gameplay shots of shipment, but then here comes our first official look at our first raid episode. You can see Price, Gaz, and Farah as the main trio that we are going to be playing as in this experience. This is also the only way to play as these three characters for free, essentially, because right now you can only play as Price and Farah through the Task Force 141 Red Team pack that you can get through the Vault Edition, and Gaz is only going to be playable through a bundle you can buy beginning with the mid-season. So I believe it'll be a case where this mode is very story-oriented, where you can't choose your operator, even though raids are an expansion of Spec Ops, and in Spec Ops you could choose your operator. Maybe this is just saying, hey, you'll be restricted when you play raids, or somehow they're going to be adding in some bundles for Price and Farah as well you can also buy alongside Gaz, and then this gameplay trailer is just showcasing that you could play as them. We'll have to wait and see how that's going to work, but you can definitely tell this is very narrative driven, and it's actually kicking off the beginning of the post-launch story for Modern Warfare 2. Season 1 hasn't really progressed the story yet through Warzone or DMZ. I'm assuming in future content updates for other seasons, Warzone 2 and DMZ will expand on the story, but as of right now, Raid's the true start to the post-launch experience. And it's great to see the Task Force 141 still has a big role to play, since right out the gate we're going to be seeing some heavy story expansion with some of our favorite characters in the new Modern Warfare universe. It did take a little while in MWII to see Price and Farah stepping into the limelight and actually playing a role in that post-launch narrative. So some shots seem like they're rendered in-game, and other shots seem like they're part of cinematic cutscenes. So we definitely get a nice blend of in-game action versus story-driven cinematics here, as you can see in the trailer. Maybe raids will have both intros and outros to every episode, an intro cinematic cutscene like zombies would get, and then an outro cinematic cutscene when you finish whatever the quest is like. So zombies fans out there are probably very thrilled to think that we're gonna end up seeing some big rewards when you end up finishing an episode. Now, there's a lot of underwater action, as we get a nice glimpse of in the official Season 1 blog post, and the description for the first raid also does tease that quite a bit. We also could see Cali sticks being used by Gaz, so I'm assuming Cali sticks are gonna be a DLC melee weapon that gets added as a surprise in Season 1 Reloaded. Maybe it'll be on the brand new roadmap, or it's a weapon that we'll end up seeing added to the game via an unlock challenge, not through a bundle. We'll have to wait and see how that works. Also, don't forget, Gaz will become a playable operator through a bundle coming out in Season 1 Reloaded. I think in a perfect world, it would be cool if a reward for beating the first raid allows you to then play as Price, Farah, and Gaz for free, but can't get everything we want, right? That's probably not going to be the case. And also, where even is that area that you can look at here in this trailer? I don't think we've seen this environment at all in Campaign or Al Mazrah, so it has me excited that they can end up reusing areas of this space for future multiplayer maps or maybe tight gunfight arenas, since it looks like some real tight gameplay is going on here in this first raid episode. We could see a lot of slower pace, strategic type of gameplay going on here, which is great. I know the leaks that we're going to talk about deeper into this video did mention that they're like Destiny raids, but more tactical, maybe even more tactical than the way DMZ works, which is crazy to think about. You can also see a few frames of the breathing device that you reportedly have to share with your teammates. You can see that about 40 seconds into the trailer, and this trailer is only a minute long, but it does show quite a few things that you probably missed upon your first viewing, and this has me really intrigued. I mean, I have anxiety thinking about maybe not sharing that breathing device with your teammate quick enough to the point where one of you guys drown. I'm not sure how the revive system would work. I know in Spec Ops, if somebody dies out, you can go up to their body and just hold square to revive them by standing over their name tag. We'll have to see how that works, but we also could see bomb drones, and I get an idea here that you probably can't rush that much in this first episode, especially when you're underwater. You gotta make sure you take things slow, take out enemies the right way, and watch out for those stealth drones, which might end up ruining your progress in that mission. So really looking forward to see how those are going to work. So many beautiful shots of the trio, which I really do like. I'm assuming some of these shots are going to be used quite a bit in the Season 1 Reloaded blog post when we get a better glimpse of Farah, Price, and Gaz in action. Maybe Ghost and Soap will also have a role in a future raid episode, or will have a role in some future expansion to Warzone 2 or DMZ. I like the fact that Task Force 141 is a bit split up, doing different things around the world, and they'll probably all come together at the end like we saw at the end of Season 6 of MWII. Now, although you probably won't be able to choose your operator because of how story-driven this raid is going to be, I also don't think you can have a loadout in this mode either, and that's the way Spec Ops works anyway. So the thing about that is that you can choose what tier kit you do spawn in with, though, and as they've already teased quite a bit in previous blog posts for Modern Warfare 2, tier kits are going to be really important for every future raid episode, and we'll get more to that in a second. But we also got a nice logo reveal for both raids and then Season 1 Reloaded, which is really damn cool. What a gangster logo for the first raid, though. I love the fact that we get to see the MW2 logo within the word raid itself. They're really marketing this. I mean, I didn't expect any type of mention of Modern Warfare 2 aside from just maybe some award nominations over at the Game Awards, but the fact they put out a trailer for this has me thinking that marketing is just around the corner, either tomorrow or at some point on Monday. And then on top of it, they want to make sure that people understand that this is a big content update. And I love the fact that raids are being given their time in the spotlight during Reloaded updates and not shoved in with everything else at the beginning of a brand new season, because there's too much going on with multiplayer, Warzone, now DMZ. Save raid updates for every mid-season update or Reloaded. That just makes the most sense. But here's the thing, right? When it comes to the tier kits over in Spec Ops, it takes quite a bit of time to actually get all the stars necessary to max each kit out. And you want to make sure that you have at least most of your kits leveled up quite a bit when the first raid comes out. The fact that it's a trio mode and the fact that there's 3 tier kits to choose from has me thinking that maybe for this first episode, you want to have one player run each type of kit. One person's an assault, one's a medic, one's a recon. Think of Extinction from Call of Duty Ghost, where you wanted somebody to be an engineer, you wanted somebody to be a medic, or somebody else to be a tank. That was the way to really beat some of those Extinction episodes. So I'm sure with each raid episode we end up getting over the course of this life cycle, every mission will require you to run different type of tier kits in order to have the best possible experience. We'll have to wait and see what the strategy is for the first episode, but as of right now, you actually can't make unlimited progress for these tier kits in a single day. You're actually limited to the amount of stars you can unlock per week over in Spec Ops. You're limited to such an extent to the point where it'll take you 30 weeks, approximately 30 weeks, to max out all of these kits. I'm not kidding. So the easiest way to earn stars, of course, is obvious, just to complete all the missions and of course do your daily challenges. Obviously, daily challenges reset every single day, and by doing those you unlock a bonus challenge. So the idea is to do all of those every day to max out the amount of stars you need to max out each kit. And you get additional stars for collecting intel over in episodes of Spec Ops, and there's guides, of course, I'll leave down below in this video's description of where to find most of the intel throughout these missions, and you'll get 2 stars for the class you have equipped after collecting intel in that mission. So that's a strat, but it's not the fastest strat to getting the maximum amount of stars that you're going to want to have to max out at least one of the tier kits here. So by doing this strategy, and if you have a team of 2 other people, then one of you guys could focus on assault, one could focus on medic, one could focus on recon if you want to do that. But here's the thing, right? It's probably a bug, but I'd recommend trying this before the mid-season update when this is likely patched. What you want to do is complete a mission, then back out all the way to the main menu and go back into the Spec Ops mission selection, and you'll notice that your 3-star progression for that mission got reset. So you could just go back in over and over again completing missions and getting 3 stars every time for having completed them. It takes about 7 minutes to beat the low profile mission, so that's what everybody out there recommends to repeat because it's easy to do so. Doesn't take long at all. It takes about 300 stars to max out every weapon class, and the fact it takes half a year to possibly max all those out if you do it the right way by just doing all the missions once, then doing daily challenges, collecting intel. That's crazy, because I'm like, wait a second, if we're gonna get up to maybe 6 raids, 1 per season, then the fact that you can't really have maxed out tier kits until what, more than half a year from now, has me thinking that you're going to be at a bit of a disadvantage for quite some time. So might as well take advantage of this bug or whatever this method is right now and at least get close to maxing out most of these tier kits and get the most out of your experience with the first episode coming out on December 14th. Now, they have been telling us since the initial progression blog post came out to focus on doing these stars, but as I mentioned in a video a good 2 weeks ago, Spec Ops is kind of the forgotten mode of Modern Warfare 2. I think we'll get maybe a mission or two added each season, but raids are going to be the biggest part of Spec Ops that we really want to focus on every mid-season updates. And like I said earlier, they'll be the equivalent of zombie Easter egg hunts or Destiny raids. They'll be a big part of Modern Warfare 2's life cycle, but they will not be free to play as a reminder. They're an expansion of Spec Ops, which is part of the premium COD 2.0 experience. The version of Modern Warfare 2 you actually have to pay for. It is not available through Warzone 2 or DMZ. But lastly, as a bit of a recap for those that missed out on this information from Insider Gaming, this was posted by Tom Henderson, a verified gaming insider. He did go ahead and say that Modern Warfare 2 raids are reportedly the most in-depth COD mode ever created, according to his sources. Now, it is said that it's understood right now the first raid coming to Modern Warfare 2 will have at least 2 puzzles involved, one focused on numbers and the other focused on a water maze. AI will play an important role in Modern Warfare 2 raids, one source said, but as with almost every mode in Modern Warfare 2, that statement isn't somewhat surprising. A separate source claims that the first raid will be focused in a submarine base, which you can clearly see in the trailer. The source outlined that Team of 3 had to infiltrate a submarine base in order to complete their mission. During the mission, the team had to infiltrate the base and go underwater and share an oxygen tank to keep breathing, it was said. It's understood that similar scenarios will take place during other raids, where teams will have to continuously coordinate on such tasks in order to survive. That's where proximity chat comes in, or that's where you want to make sure you're playing with people that you actually trust, can talk to on Discord, or through a party chat of some sort. It's like Destiny, but more tactical. Another source replied when asked about the mode. Insider Gaming's anonymous data miner has also uncovered 3 individual missions in the Modern Warfare 2 files that can indicate that raids are a multi-level event. Numbers puzzles, water mazes, and an incursion. So that's all that was really said about the first raid. I wonder if there's going to be a linear type of progression inside of each raid episode. So a start to finish, a very obvious objective like a campaign mission, but with the added ability to go ahead and do some side quest or side objective of sorts, which could expand upon the narrative in that mission. Lots of possibilities of how these are going to work out, but I'm sure both Destiny fans and zombie Easter egg fans will have a blast going through the first episode dropping on the 14th. But that is about it. This has been dkdynamite. Leave our thoughts down below in the comment section. What are your thoughts on our first gameplay reveal of episode 1 of Raids dropping very, very soon? How are you feeling about the tip to get almost unlimited stars over in Spec Ops, which can help you max out at least 1 kit fully before the first episode? And what are your thoughts on everything else we discussed? Really hope you've enjoyed, and peace out, everybody.